up, everyone? This is J. Matthew Cobb, music critic of the South, coming at you for HIFI Magazine, giving you another edition of HIFI Fridays. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Earlier this week, we got a chance to witness My Morning Jacket live in concert as they promote The Waterfall, their brand new album, and they made a stop here in Birmingham, Alabama. And here's some live footage for you guys to check out. Of course, I'm a big fan of Jim James, the front man of My Morning Jacket, and a great fan of their music. And I am very stoked about what's to come. If you didn't know, The Waterfall is the first half of an album. They plan on releasing the rest of the material possibly by the end of this quarter or next year, and we're definitely looking forward to it. Waterfall was a decent album. It's not as good as previous albums, but it's definitely My Morning Jacket. We urge you guys to go ahead and check out the Waterfall review at HIFI Magazine, which is already up. Also this week, some very good music that we debuted on the website, gave a premiere of Darlene Love's new single, Forbidden Nights, the classic rock and roll legend, rock and roll Hall of Fame legend. She has a brand new album that's getting ready to drop later this year, I believe in the month of September or October, and it's definitely filled with all stars. We're definitely looking forward to hearing more of that. By the way, that single has been reviewed at HIFI Magazine. Check that out. Also remember, this summer, before the summer ends, we'll be hearing a full-length album of Chic. That's right, the classic disco band from back in the day, powered by Nile Rodgers. They're getting ready to drop brand new music, and I am anticipating the release of that. Of course, you've already heard this year from disco legends like Giorgio Moroder dropping brand new music on all of us, and it just goes to show you that disco isn't out yet. Speaking of disco, we got Robin. Robin's got a brand new group that she's behind, and it's two other acts that's with her on this one, and she's dropping it. It's basically an EP. We'll be giving you more on that later this week, and that EP is already out. It's called Love Is Free. That album will be reviewed at our website. Go ahead and check it out at hifimagazine.net. We also got new reviews coming up for The Bird and the Bee, which is a slamming new album, a new album entitled Recreational Love. We talked about it on last week's HIFI Fridays, and we're going to talk about it again this week. Indeed, it is my album of the week. It is my favorite. But let me know what you're listening to, what you're vibing with. Let me know, post in the comments below, and we may review it and talk about it in our next episode. Okay, so the big buzz that everyone is talking about is the momentum behind Janet Jackson's Sleeper hit, No Sleep, which is actually, from what I heard and already confirmed, it's #1 on the R&B charts right now. The single, which was only doing moderately well at urban contemporary stations and formats of that sort. It was only doing good there, but it seems as if the traction behind that single is definitely real. And Janet Jackson, we all know, is getting ready to go on tour, and some of that has been postponed because of Joe Jackson's sickness. He apparently had a series of strokes, and she had to cancel some of her planning behind this tour and this forthcoming album of hers to tend to her father. Well, it comes to find out that she may have to go ahead and cancel those plans with Joe. because it seems as if that single, No Sleep, and this forthcoming album is definitely real. She's already #1 on the charts with this single, and it's just amazing for an artist of this kind of caliber and longevity. Those kind of artists don't pull #1s out of the box like that. We already saw that most recently with Madonna. She dropped, I thought, one of her better albums of all time, and it did absolutely nothing. It did probably worse than MDNA, her last album. And it's just amazing that all of a sudden here comes Janet Jackson doing this and controlling the rhetoric. She's controlling the tone of the conversation and showing that artists with longevity and 3 or 4 decades of music can still pull off top 10 hits. We will have to see where this goes on the pop charts though. She's only doing this on R&B charts. We will have to wait and see if this momentum will break her into the top 40. And of course, if you listen to our conversation last week, we talked about Tyrese and Tyrese not being able to get his album and his songs off of his new release, Black Rose, on pop radio. In fact, he actually got the attention of Ryan Seacrest. He tried to, well, at least try to get his attention on it, trying to get his radio station and those like him to play his hit, and stating that artists like Justin Timberlake and Sam Smith would have easily had a #1 hit with that single if they had released it on their own. But let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think that in this age of race, where we're talking about race like never before, and after, you know, in this world of post-Ferguson and Black Lives Matter, do you think that the music industry is being unfair to black artists? Sound off below in the comment section. I want to know what you think. Well, this is J. Matthew Cobb. We're going to go ahead and sign out for HIFI Fridays. We'll see you next week.